What's up everybody, and today I'm going to be looking at the HTC One X Plus, and this version is for the AT&T 4G LTE network. So let's jump into the specs. You'll be greeted with a 4.7-inch 720p display, which is a Super LCD2, exactly the same one as the HTC One X. And on the right side, you will see the volume rocker switch. Up top, you will see the power on and off button, and you will see micro USB on the left side. And on the bottom, you will see the back, home, and multitasking capacitive buttons. And on the top, you will see the speaker grill with the proximity sensors, and you will see a 1.6 megapixel front-facing camera with LED notification light. And you will notice that the LED notification light might be a little bit harder to see since it's hidden in the speaker grill. So at certain angles, you might not be able to see it as well. The bottom of the device now features a microphone on the bottom, back speaker with Beats integration, and it's a pretty good sounding speaker. The entire device is coated in a soft, rubberized matte finish, which is really good feeling in the hand. And you will see an HTC logo on the back, and on towards the right side you will see some pogo pins for accessories for charging and docks and things like that. And you will see the same 8 megapixel f2.0 backside illuminated camera with LED flash, but the back of the camera sensor sticks out a bit and it protrudes so it does not lay flat to the surface. And you will see that the glass is slightly curved, and you might see it kind of bulge out on there, and that looks really good. And the lines are so clean on the back. It's tapered. It feels really good in the hand. It is very thin as well. It's a little bit thicker than the original One X, but it definitely holds its spot in some of the thinnest phones, just like the iPhone 5 here. And you can see that it's very comparable to the Nexus 4 in size, and you can see that it compares very well with the Android handsets today, and you can see the screen size matches up very well with the Nexus 4. What's great about the software on this device is you're going to get Android 4.1 Jelly Bean right out of the box. So you're going to get Google Now, you're going to get Project Butter, and you're going to see Sense 4 Plus, which is their newest operating system with their Sense overlay. And Sense has been always about personalization, so there's a lot of personalization options here. You can see that you can go right to the wallpapers and have a lot of different wallpapers to add on. And some people love and hate Sense, but actually I don't mind it too much. I think it's got the most widgets. I think it's a little bit on the intrusive side, but it's definitely not as bad as some of the skins out there. And I think that for people that don't like stock Android and people that really like personalization options with a little bit more visual flair will definitely like the HTC One X Plus and HTC branded phones for their daily driver. Now this phone is being powered by a 1.7 gigahertz Tegra 3 quad-core processor, second generation NVIDIA chip with 12-core GPU compared to the dual-core Snapdragon S4 processor that was in the original HTC One X for the United States. So this variant might not be that different from the international version, but for the US, this one is definitely an overhaul. And you can see that the web browsing is really good. Pinch to zoom is really great. And I think that web browsing, you will really like it on the One X Plus. And another thing is that it comes with the stock browser, and it comes with Flash Player enabled right out of the box. So you can download Chrome if you want to, but it's nice that they included the original browser so you can have Flash support if you want to. And you can see right here that Flash plays just fine on the One X Plus. It does very well. I think the only limitation to the One X is the 1 gigabyte of RAM that it comes with. Now the 720p screen is exactly the same as the one that was on the One X prior, but it's still one of the best screens out there. And it looks really good. The text is extremely sharp, viewing angles are great, and that screen, it just makes text and pictures look like it's kind of floating off the screen since it is curved a bit. It feels really good, and the glass feels great, and I think it's still one of the best mobile displays despite it not being a Super LCD 3. And another thing I've noticed is that the oleophobic screen on this device is great. I've been using it a lot, and I really do not notice that many fingerprints on this device compared to most devices that I test out and use. And if I do get some on there at all, it's easily wiped off with just one single swipe, and the oleophobic coating on this device is fantastic. Now guys, let's not forget about the call quality, for call quality is the most important thing about a mobile phone that we always overlook. But I want to report to you that it's got excellent call quality. It's got a really, really good speaker, very clear, good reception, and I think you will not be disappointed as a daily driver on this phone. And I really like the Sense UI on the keypad. The keypad is nice to use. The search system is easy. I thought the 4G LTE connectivity and speeds were good. And people on the other side said it sounded very, very clear. And the noise cancellation was great. And I also thought that the speakerphone was definitely clear as well. No distortion, but I wish it was a little bit louder though, and that's it. But the media playback on that speaker is fantastic, by the way. Very, very clear, but I just wish it was a little bit louder. Now, the design of this device is amazing, and the rubberized back coating is definitely nice, makes it feel very, very premium. It's weighty, but it's definitely not heavy whatsoever, and it does catch a little bit of fingerprints back there, but you can definitely clean it off, and it just feels so premium in the hand. And I forgot how nice the HTC One X was, since I haven't used it in a long time. But the UI is very smooth. There's not a lot of stutters in it, but since it only has 1 GB of RAM, it is not impossible to slow down the system, and you will see some jerkiness here and there in the UI. But overall, it's definitely a great device from what I had in the daily driver side. For it is not a slow device at all. I think it's definitely an improvement from the S4 version. And the one thing that you need to know is that the top home button there is definitely not tactile, but it's been like that on most HTC phones lately anyways. So that's just something you need to be aware of. But overall, I think you will definitely like this phone. Pretty quick on daily operation. It's got a really, really nice touchscreen as well. It feels good when you're swiping. And I definitely recommend this as a daily driver if you like HTC products. So let's go ahead and run Quadrant Standard real quick just to see what it runs. And most high-end devices are running right around 7,000 to 8,000 at this point. And this quad-core processor does not disappoint on benchmarks, for you can see almost 7,500 in Quadrant there. Definitely a step above the S4 version, but not drastically different than the international version, which was already running a 1.5 gigahertz Tegra 3 processor. So since this is Tegra enabled, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the games real quick. And you can see here that the speaker sounds fantastic when you're playing games. The One X Plus usually has no problems running any game that's out there that is graphically intensive. But what's awesome about the Tegra 3 devices is that it can run Tegra specific enhancements for the games that are out there right now. And you can see that the graphics look really smooth, the frame rates look great. I don't think you'll be disappointed at all if you wanted to play games on your new HTC One X Plus. It'll run any game that's out there, and it runs them well. The One X Plus still has that great 8 megapixel f2.0 backside illuminated sensor. It takes really, really sharp pictures. It's great. I think it's one of the best cameras out there on the market. It does pretty well in low light performance, so I don't think you'll be disappointed in the camera at all. Now, the one thing you will be disappointed with is the 1080p video, which I will load separately on a different video, for it's very jagged. It has a lot of artifacting. I hope they come out with an update to rectify this 1080p video, because it just doesn't look good. It's almost unusable. I've seen a lot of other footage as well that got put up and looks exactly the same. So hopefully they'll come out with an update for that. But the camera is great because it's got a lot of effects. Everybody's doing filters these days, but they've got filters right here that you can do right after you take the picture. So it's pretty cool. It's got a lot of manual options, and the shutter's pretty quick. So I think you'll really like this camera, unchanged from the HTC One X, but that is a good thing. So what do I think about the HTC One X Plus? I think it's a great phone, but definitely just a small incremental update to an already great phone. If you have the Tegra 3 international version, I probably wouldn't upgrade at all. But if you're in the US and have an S4 dual core version with only 16 gigabytes of storage, then this one might be the one for you, especially if you love your 1X but you wanted more storage, since this comes with 64 gigabytes of storage standard, which is great. That's a great addition. So if you like your 1X and you want that quad core processor up from the dual core, then I think this would be a great addition for a daily driver. So with Android 4.1 Jelly Bean already on board, really good performance, I think that this will be a great phone if you like HTC. But there are other products out there that perform just as well as this phone, and it only has 1 gigabyte of memory. So that is a huge deal for me, and I think if they would have included 2 gigabytes of memory, it could have future-proofed this device a little bit farther. But with the S4 Pro quad cores out there and all these new waves of phone coming out, do you really want to spend $200 on this as an upgrade and have this for 2 years? So think about that definitely. So please subscribe to my channel. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments below. And thank you for watching, and watch my other videos. Thank you.